fast. Reacted, acts fast.
This track still hits, I'm sorry. Good Tuesday morning, Toronto. We're living La Vida Loca on the couch.
Where does it hit you?
Where does it hit me?
Yeah.
The reacted promo is actually... That's where it hits me right now. Like most of you out there. Allergy season.
Hey, you want that warm weather? Report, 8 o'clock.
Right?
8 o'clock? I'll give you, it's moderate today.
Moderate.
Okay.
Moderate?
Yes.
Look at that. Before anybody else
Generous.
gets it.
Frankfurt, Virginia.
Frankie.
Well, pollen. We're all falling over each other for his pollen report.
Thank you.
All
That's how
right.
you get all the girls. You had me at pollen.
He's not lying. All right, so the reckoning.
Like dandelion? Is that what
so many
you
things.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot
I
going
like
on.
that.
It's fine.
Frank Ferragini, everyone. Frank Ferragini. Right, he's here all week trying to deal. So the reckoning with Twitter and the blue check marks has arrived.
Yeah.
It seems. So like a glacier, it's been approaching. It's here now, and some of the biggest names on Twitter could soon be losing their blue check marks. They could get the marks back though by these millionaires paying $11 a month. But some big names like William Shatner have balked at the idea of paying a premium for Twitter. After months of delay, Elon Musk, may have heard of him, is promising that this Friday is the deadline for celebrities, journalists, and others who've been verified for free to pay up or lose their legacy status. Also, a leaked memo on Twitter, according to a leaked memo, turns out the memo to staff implied that the company is worth $20 billion. Musk paid $44 billion for the company. I could care less what this thing is worth right now. I could care less how much money Elon Musk has lost. But the blue checkmark thing to me is a fascinating discussion because I don't want 900 fake New York Times accounts running around my timeline, and I'm trying to figure out what's real and what isn't. Devo Brown, I think it's a necessary evil. I don't like it. But I think if we're on this couch, if you are an outlet, if you are Rogers, if you are like the 3-letter, if you're a sports network, if you're Sportsnet, I think that this is something you have to do. Agree or
So
disagree?
if you are the brand, like Breakfast Television, you'll see has a yellow check mark.
Yeah.
So you are already good to go. All of us on the couch that are verified have a blue check mark.
Correct.
And I know we had this conversation before, and you said you would pay. Because
I
you
would.
wanted to make sure, because that's a platform that you are steady on. I will not pay personally for my account. If the company decides, hey, they want to take care of it for all of us, whatever, that's cool.
But again, elaborate that. You're still going to be on Twitter.
I'll look at
But
Twitter.
that just means the
but I
check
will
mark's
lose my
gone.
blue check mark, and that's cool.
Yeah.
And if it turns into even more of a toxic place because it has gotten really gross lately, then I'll just go to other social media platforms. I don't need to spend my money on that platform. You don't bully me and bully into getting my money. Because that's what you're doing. You're threatening to say, hey, you know what? Your brand and whatever you've done for this long, and you've helped my platform to this point to get to that valuation of $44 billion or whatever you thought you should pay for it, dum-dum. But you're going to bully me now for my dollars because you made a bad business choice? No, man.
I don't get this business choice because my whole thing is in order to make money, you need eyeballs, right? So in order to get eyeballs, you need to have people on there that bring eyeballs in. And really, so if I look at like an event, right? So if it's Comic-Con, who are they going to bring in to get people to go to Comic-Con?
Buy tickets.
Yeah.
And who are they paying to go to those events so that they can draw people in? So by doing this, by trying to get verification from people that have following, maybe you're going to lose some eyeballs that are there. And then really, how are you going to monetize that?
Well, he's lost it all because
Well, that's what I'm
brands
saying.
don't want to advertise.
But I think
anymore,
he's losing it as is. So he's saying
I think he's going to lose it more.
Well, I think he's just trying to make up for any lost time he has here because he's not making money anyway. So it's in his eyes like, oh, really? So I'm going to lose more people? Okay, I'm losing them anyway. I might as well make some
It
money.
doesn't matter to me that what he paid. To me, as somebody who is, and I'm by no means like in the running for anybody that is on that list that says they will not pay. I've already done it. I already signed on. I didn't want to miss out. I didn't want to lose it. I have set up my brand long before I was in television. I've got my websites. I've got every single possible social media, outlet with my handle that is not like 1234 or the real Dawn Choubet. It's at Dawn Choubet no matter where I am. I, as a business, don't want to risk losing that. I, as a business, also don't mind being paid for my, services. And Twitter right now offers me a service that I'm willing to pay for, which, frankly, as far as advertising goes and voicing, is not a lot, actually. It's a pretty good deal as far as I'm concerned. We've had a good deal for a long time, and I know there's other ways to access. But for me, I'm not going to risk it right now. Maybe I'll change my mind later, 1 year. It's a business expense. Carry on.
I just think that the best way to do it, if you want to get any kind of additional income, then is that you do it. You grandfather the people who are already verified in. Anyone else new who's going to be verified? Okay, fine. That's when you bring in a charge. But I think that's typically what companies would do in a case like this, where you're making a policy change like that. Keep those grandfathered and then bring in the new income that way. As someone who relies on Twitter very heavily for news, I would for sure be on that platform no matter what. I personally would never pay for that blue check mark. I would have to be someone who would just be a voyeur in that.
Would you pay to get on the platform to use it?
No, it's already built in, not now. I feel like to change that mentality, now that we have spent how many years? Twitter turned 17 last week.
I know I've been on it for 15 of those years.
Right. So to make that change 17 years later, it's like Netflix making all the changes that they have now that we are so used to the way that this works. And there's an uproar. People are leaving and people are being begged back, so I hear. So it's just, you're making these changes. You have given us notice on them, yes, but I think that you have to at least honor the people who have been on the platform for all of these years and made it what it is.
Honoring doesn't seem like it's on the priority list. Final word to Steph.
I see that there are more cons than there are pros. I feel like because everyone has access to paying for it, I don't see the value. I just don't see the value. So to me, I mean, anybody could just, we've seen it, put a picture of whomever, change the handle, just put the real whatever, buy a blue check mark, and all of a sudden people are following that account and are confused. So to me, I just don't see the value. Will I stick around? It's like the most unused app on my phone. So maybe I'll keep my account. Will I pay for it? Absolutely not. No. I think it should go the way Tammie's saying, and grandfathered accounts that already have it should have it, and anyone that wants it should pay for it. Yeah.
Look, I don't know, like on Saturday, if my blue goes away, I don't know how I'm going to react to that. I don't like it. I like the fact there is a blue there. It might not mean something for most people. I'm on there a bit. I'm a little opinionated. I think you need a blue check mark if you're going to be a little opinionated. With that said, I could walk away from this and just be a voyeur and just follow, because I need it. I'm like a lot of us here. I do need it as an information source. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but if they mess with my MySpace page,
Draw the line.
I'm going to be upset.
Your OnlyFans page.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Topic for another day.
1, 2, 3, 4.
No fans on that page. We got
Come on, but I heard you verified there.
We'll talk about it. Tammie's got a news update. Speaking of more breaking news, Tammie's got a news update coming up in a second. Also coming out later on BT, we'll tell you about a great fundraising initiative coming out of the Scarborough Health Network. Story you need to hear. That's straight ahead. You're watching BT.